face. Do 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 skibble in your face. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and yay! Of all ages, sages, and sizes. Oh yeah, baby. You best believe we have to get our good old-fashioned education juice refilled once again with the power of Nella, aka giving us that good information juice. Why produce used to suck balls? You already know the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Link in the description down below to the main man himself. I personally like me some produce, maybe some bananas, some apeleles, maybe oranges. Shoot. Speaking of oranges, you got me some orange juice right here. Look at that. Oh, see. Wait, hold up. Where's the Wait. This one of them orangutan. Wait, or oranges. Oranges. It's an oranga. Yeah, an orang. This thing right here. Some orange juice, aka knowledge juice that we're about to refill. Link in the description. Let's get this gravy train rolling. Pip, pip. Knowledge juice time.
Hey kids, you've probably seen this scene in TV or movies at some point. A couple of people end up stranded on a desert island, totally isolated from all civilization. It seems like there's no hope for survival, but then one of them looks 3 feet to the left and, oh
bananas!
My god, it's a tree full of fully grown, plump, delicious, smiling, golden-skinned bananas. Amazing. We're safe for the time being. Hey, don't eat those. They're made of lies.
What the hell?
See? Listen. Why do fruit exist?
To eat?
For a delicious, nutritious snack for humans and animals alike to enjoy?
Oh shit! You eat?
You know, you didn't have to go throwing him into the sun like that.
You're next, Susan!
How did you know my name? I created you. Anyway, as most of you probably know, fruit are a thing because nature figured out, hey, if you put a little bit of deliciousness around your seed, it'll convince some idiot bird or something to carry your baby off to faraway lands, right? But then humans showed up and were like, hey, that's pretty nifty. Listen, is it cool if we selectively breed you for thousands of years to give you horrific deformities to crank up that whole deliciousness part a couple hundred notches? Alright, cool. Let's take a look at bananas, specifically the Cavendish variety that we all know and love. On the inside, we got like 2% seeds, 93% delectable banana meat, and 5% that brown part at the bottom that your mom says is perfectly fine to eat, but you still don't trust. Great for a snack. Terrible for reproducing efficiently. Meanwhile, check out the thing on the right here. That's Musa acuminata, one of the suspected ancestors of today's nanners. Much smaller and jam-packed with seeds, with just enough flesh in there to make it worth some smelly primate's time to crack open a yellow one with the boys. Here's another wild-type banana, Musa balbesiana. Less sweet, way starchier, harder to get into, hella seeds, same shit different day really. But hey, if you stick that boy in the ground, you've got an okay chance of making a new banana tree. You bury a modern banana, all you're gonna end up with is a dirty banana. And not that one club in Miami, an actual dirty banana. That's because, like a lot of cultivated fruit, culinary bananas are so inbred and malformed that they can't produce offspring even if they wanted to. So, word of advice for you men out there, if ever a lady points out how poorly endowed you are, just show her this JPEG. She'll say, wow, I didn't realize it was so potent and firm.
Damn right,
really
baby.
Opened my eyes. Thank you. Bananas aren't the only piece of produce to follow this pattern, though. Not by a long shot. For example, take the watermelon. According to Monsanto, everybody's favorite corporation, the first evidence of human cultivation of the watermelon dates back to Egypt around 5,000 years ago. Back then, they were only 2 inches in diameter, around the size of a tennis ball.
Tiny little
the flesh
baby
was supposedly tough and bitter, much like that of a tennis ball. Of course, just as the growth of a delicious green baby takes time, so too did the evolution of the modern watermelon. In fact, even as late as the mid-1600s, watermelons looked way different from what we have today, as shown by this painting by Giovanni Stanchi. Notice the thicker rind, the larger seeds, and the weird segmentation on the inside. Definitely a cooler still life subject, but ultimately inferior as a summertime snack. How about vegetables? Tell me, do you enjoy cabbage, Brussels sprouts, kale, collard greens, broccoli, or cauliflower? I mean, I guess I like broccoli and cauliflower. The rest are kind of gross, though.
Wrong! All 6 of these vegetables are actually the same thing. That means you like them all.
That's not how that works.
You put in the sun, don't you say that, bitch?
These are all just cultivars of the same species, Brassica oleracea.
Listen, I love me some broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage greens, and collard greens. Not really a Brussels sprout fan. Not feeling the Brussels sprout. Comment right now down below, what is your favorite vegetable, or amongst these, which is your tastiest, lovely yum yums you want to have for a tasty, healthy snack?
Wild cabbage. Every part of the plant is edible to some extent, but there's not much of it to go around. So a bunch of different people throughout history said, alright, what if we just take one specific part of the plant and go fucking insane with it? And that's what they did. Those who bred for giant leaves got kale. Going for huge dense flower buds gets you broccoli. Juicy engorged lateral leaf buds equal Brussels sprouts, etc. Speaking of segues, let's check out eggplants. The OG eggplant was first domesticated in India, where it can still be found in the wild today. It looks nothing like an eggplant though. They actually resemble little green berries the size of grapes. The only thing it seems to have in common with the classic purple eggplant is how little both of them have in common with an egg. However, if we add the RGB percentage values of their color and merge their shapes, we do get what looks approximately like an egg, so I guess that solves that mystery. This whole transformation really is a testament to man's greatness though. That's like starting out with a frog and selectively breeding them until you end up with Grimace from McDonald's lore. Speaking of which, did you know Grimace used to be evil and have 4 arms? This is a real thing. I'd like to think that when they lopped off his extra limbs, all his evil energy went with him, and now there's just 2 plump purple cylinders scampering around the countryside waiting to pull unsuspecting kids under ball pits, never to be seen again. That's just my McDonald's headcanon though. Anyway, back to whatever we were talking about. Next is corn, or sorry, maize. I call it corn like a normal person. If it was supposed to be called maize, these would be called mazes. Obviously, that's like the perfect opportunity, but they're not, so put an etymological sock in it. Or stocking. Anyway, I was totally expecting old corn to look like those baby corns you find in Chinese food and literally nowhere else. Turns out those actually are just baby corns. One suspected ancestor of corn is known as teosinti, which looks like this. Gee whiz, Sam, that sure does look like garbage. Billy. Good eye, Billy. That's because it was garbage. Whereas modern corn has a kernel count in the hundreds, teosinti only has 5 to 12, with each one being encased in a hard shell that's basically impossible to get into short of boiling it or chipping a tooth. The fact that people decided to domesticate it in the first place makes sense once you realize that most grains are basically the same thing. But honestly, that just makes me wish people figured out how to turn a piece of wheat into a big chunk of whatever to gnaw on. This whole thing disappointed me so much.
Not to visit the Mayans. The corn was bad, brutal human sacrifice, overly complex calendars, probably all selfish as all hell, even their name sounds like mine. Scared that Quetzalcoatl is real. Oh god. Not Quetzalcoatl.
At the top of my list of reasons not to visit the Mayans if I ever get a time machine. Nonetheless, as you can see, human endeavor can accomplish amazing things. And just as a few thousand years of selective breeding can turn this into this, a few hours of learning a week can turn you into, you know, a more talented and interesting version of you. And what better way to do that than with Skillshare.com? Skillshare is an online learning community with over 22,000...
I respect the man's Skillshare. I respect Skillshare for freaking getting this man so many sponsors.
.sh/samo2 to get 2 months of unlimited access to over 22,000 classes for free. Act now for this special offer and start learning today. Anyway, till next time, I'm Sam and Nella, and thank you for watching. Mentorship. What the
That's gonna do it for another wonderful, delectable, and especially delicious episode, ladies and gentlemen. Sam and Nella giving us that good, wonderful, amazing brain knowledge juice to help us be better us's. We salute thee, Salmonella, aka man. Link in the description down below to the main man himself. Make sure you give him some of that sweet, delectable beast mode love. You know you got inside your soul juice. And speaking of juice, very special things coming very soon. But if you guys like this video, take the beast mode claws of awesomeness juice, slash that like button, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and boys of a ledger shapes and sizes, baby, love, peace, bravo. Stay beast mode for the epic win of all the wins. And go grab yourself a delicious banana today. Yeah.